Hi, my name is Sazsha. Welcome to Freedom School. Let's see what our messages are. You can check the description box for class, lessons, and assignments. The heart of the reading today, we have the Maiden reversed and the Three of Cups. Some of you, I feel, are jumping to conclusions. I don't know what these conclusions are, but they have to do with your attachment to outcomes and the way that I'm hearing a few things. We're either traumatized, victimized, or this has to do with abandonment issues, but this is like a defeatist attitude that you need to maybe take a look at. For some of you, there's just an uncertainty if you're in a third party and you're fixated on it. For others of you, this is a need to get into your own intuition. And this is also getting more connected into your own divinity. So clearing up that alignment within yourself so that you can be a pure channel. Working on being rooted and grounded so that you can honor your soul in a deeper way. This is about getting into that energy of celebration and focusing on yourself instead of focusing outward, focusing inward, trusting yourself. This is for some of you also that need to follow your intuitive hunches and guidance. You may be hearing correctly, but not taking action for some of you. So this is all about trust. And this is all encompassing. This is trust at its deeper roots within your own being and where you've been programmed or through life experiences, what you've learned, and how that kind of has a ripple effect into your relationships and what you attract towards you and also what you allow. But the concept here is like in trusting yourself, you will avoid those pitfalls. So trust in a greater sense of things, in who you are, what you're about, honoring your own authenticity, honoring your own knowing, and celebrating that and putting your energy and action towards that. And you will be successful. You'll rise from the competition even. Divine Feminine, today you have the Seneschal, you have emotion and intellect reversed, you have the Sun reversed, and the Page of Cups. So for some of you, this is all about loyalty, and this ties into that third party, trust, anything along those lines. This is where you're considering like who to be loyal to. The answer is always to be loyal to your own heart. There's only one path with heart, and if something is showing up for you that is not what you're desiring, there's a need to go within and honor yourself. There's a need to go within and look at your own like inner child wounding, for instance, and see where you were not either given what you needed or you didn't know how to get your needs met, and maybe you felt cheated out of something. And when you go in and heal that, you won't experience that exterior dynamic in your relationship anymore. So this is really attending to, I'm seeing actually a small child crying inside. So this would be where you comfort your child, you rewrite your story, you reprogram and reparent and do that inner healing work that's necessary. And when you take the attention off of a partner and you place it on yourself, especially if you have a spiritual connection with somebody, they're going to feel that and things will get sorted out, things will adjust. So for some of you, this is a confirmation that this is your twin and that this is your twin flame path, because there's some mirroring and some cooperative energies at play. So for some of you, this is also about opening up to that path and what that's about for you, opening up to maybe your starseed awakening, and just in essence being loyal to what's loyal to you. Dropping the facade and the manipulation, dropping out of all those outdated belief systems and constructs. So for some of you, this is also developing a deeper unification within your mind and emotional body. This is doing that clearing that's necessary. You can always book me to help you in this also. And I also have an empath program that teaches you how to do this for yourself. But this is where you really need to clear out those other etheric bodies of maybe past wounding and whatever has been stored in there so that you can be operating at your highest level. For some of you, this is a brand new offer coming in at the same time that you're going through these things, and maybe you're thinking, like, is this just the same old cycle? I don't know if this is right for me. I don't know if this is a blessing or a blessing in disguise. So for some of you, you may be at that point in your twin flame journey where you're reestablishing even just communication or something like that, and there's a need to just detach from your judgment, your criticism, your need for a particular outcome, and just step more fully into that energy of unconditional love. That's part of the key that will help the next phase for you unlock. If you see in this card here, she has earrings that are made of keys. I just recognized that. It's a little hard to see. But this is just that reminder that you have all the keys inside of you. And opening up, listening to your intuition is part of that inner knowing. So seeing things with a true vision, also using your intuitive vision and honoring what honors you will help you in this whole process of trust. Also, you have the sun here reversed, so this could indicate also that you're not really ready for the rebirth. But this energy is already here for you. You just need to embrace it and accept it and maybe turn some things around. For some of you, this is an offer coming in from another person that you might just be not interested in as well. So do remember that you're both polarities, masculine and feminine. Both sides of the reading apply to you. You can use these types of readings to balance out your inner polarity, to take a deeper glimpse at your unconscious workings, to where you need to apply healing and things like that, as well as see and check in on external energies and how they're at play in your dynamic. Divine Masculine. Today you have the Two of Air. You also have the Ace of Fire, the Lovers, and the Seven of Cups. Some of you are undecided maybe about how to move forward, in which direction you should go. You're at a crossroads. You may have been taking a lot of time to decide this. You may have felt a lot of indecision, or you may be still in that phase of feeling indecision. But you do have again, a confirmation of your twin flame path. This could also be indicative of that choice that you're trying to make. But I see you contemplating your options and wanting to also avoid maybe things that didn't work out in the past. But you might be in that space of not knowing what to choose for yourself at this point. But you do have a lot of passion and creativity, and I do see you taking action, at least to one particular individual, perhaps two. So for some of you also, this could be a person with a dualistic nature. They might have Gemini in their chart. I don't usually get into calling out the signs because we are all signs And for all of us, we have so many planetary placements in different houses. But in general, this could be a type of love relationship, or it could also just be a fresh, new, passionate venture. When I say venture, that could be anything, starting a new business, creating some artwork, going back to a hobby, or whatever it is that really gives you joy at this time. But this is also networking either with the divine and creative energies or other people, but this is also about where you will be reborn. This is a brand new starting point. So for some of you, you might be offering another individual like a love relationship, or you might be involved with somebody in a love relationship. Let's put some heart on it. This is the Mystic Heart deck that I created. If you like this deck, you can get it by looking in the description box. Divine Masculine, you have the tissue box, and you also have the matrix. So for some of you, you might be still caught up with a karmic or karmic situation. You could also be in that stage of trying to sort out your emotions for some of you. This could be a very trying time. You might have things surfacing and arising, or on the opposite side of that, you might also be suppressing and not wanting to face your feelings. So there might need to be just a deeper analysis of your emotions, energy in motion. Where do you feel stagnated? And what do you feel passionate about? This is all about honoring that creative force within yourself. Getting really clear by using your emotions as a guide to get yourself up out of this matrix. The matrix is not a fun place to be. So if you find that you're repeating things, repeating cycles, you're attracting the same things over and over, there's a need to really look at the underlying reasons. Divine Feminine, you have DNA in the reverse, and you have Bag of Tricks. So for some of you, you may have inherited a type of, I'm hearing psychological wounding even as a child. For some of you, I'm seeing the ages of 7 and 8 years old. And this is where you learned how to navigate your world by using manipulation. And there's no judgment around this. This is just at that age or that time frame, this is how you learned how to maybe get your needs met or keep yourself safe, or a combination of things. So there's a need to look at why you employ a certain attitude. I'm hearing the word refinement, so you may need to refine also what you're doing for work and in your creative endeavors, so that it truly matches your emotions and your intelligence, because there seems to be something that needs to be reversed here, is the impression I'm getting. You may also need to call on more of your internal strength. And for some of you, I'm hearing combat mode. So what this is about is you might need to go into combat mode on your own conditioning. So noticing what has arisen in your life due to maybe your genetics, your genetic history, your genetic karma, and really seeing what you can pull from that right now. Strengths and weaknesses. Sometimes our strength is our weakness. Sometimes our weakness is our strength. When we really evaluate that and look into our vulnerability, you'll find that often you mask your vulnerability with whatever attitude. And when you look at where you're overcompensating, you'll begin to discover like that twisted path within yourself that you need to straighten out. Let's get a few guidance cards. Divine Masculine, you have focus on the light. So this is about directing your energy to the things that you truly want. Instead of trying to like go into the matrix even deeper and find your way out, it's actually just focusing on the way out. So gravitating to your passion, following your bliss is the right course of action right now, going towards what you truly feel passion for. So this isn't asking yourself why or talking yourself out of things or all those meanderings of the mind. This is truly just taking action towards your bliss and your happiness. Following your heart, following your passion, being creative, being lit up, ignited, and keeping in mind that where you put your attention is what will manifest for you. The heart of the reading, you have receiving. So this is stepping more fully into your balanced divine feminine nature, or just in general balancing out that femininity, balancing both polarities. This is accepting. This is stepping into that intuitive space where you know. This is sometimes a space you need to create, like a container. You need to maybe take a physical action in your daily life in order to receive messages. So quiet time or dreaming space, whatever it is for you that resonates. But just stepping into that receptive mode. Divine Feminine, you have behind the mind, the heart beats. So this is honoring your life path, your path of heart, your sovereignty, your bliss, your own happiness. And again, this is working with clearing that ancestral and genetic karma, setting yourself free. And by free, I mean non-repetitive, able to choose in the moment what energy you want to play with. This is becoming like your own destiny, not based on any other type of conditioning.